today we are still on the topic of kinematics, and we are done with describing the motions for linear motion. Today we will discuss the general curvilinear motion. Okay, so this will tackle all the motions of a particle or an object that moves in a curved path. Okay, so curvilinear motion occurs when a particle moves along a curved path. Okay, so again, our objective is to define the object's position, displacement, velocity, and acceleration. So in general, we can get these values using these equations right here. However, later on we will be discussing three types of coordinate systems, okay, in order to characterize the motion of the object. First is you have so this is your path, a curved path, no? And this is your object. So it measures r distance from this origin. Okay? So mo na yung distance, no? So dili na siya mag-move sa imong path. Okay? So ang iyang position is determined by this vector r. Okay, position vector. So it has magnitude and direction. Okay, so what is the displacement? So if this particle moves at a certain time interval around here, so kani reflected by ani, the displacement is just the difference between the new position minus the old position, r prime minus r. So mo na siya. By the way, ang imong displacement vector is a vector. This is a vector. Okay, so mo na yung direction. Now, if you want to get the average velocity, you just divide it by the time interval. But if you want to get the instantaneous velocity, say for example, you want to get the velocity somewhere here or somewhere here. So kani mo gamiton, you take the limit as delta t goes to 0. So you have this one. Okay? Now the magnitude of this velocity is muna ang iyang speed. Okay, this one. ds over dt. Okay, so ang velocity nimo is tangent to the curve. So kung ano yung curve nimo, kung naay mga object dire, so you get the tangent ana nga point mo na imo ang direction sa imong velocity. Okay, the magnitude of the velocity is called the speed. Is obtained by realizing that the length of the straight line segment delta r approaches the arc length delta s as delta t goes to 0. Okay? So of course, no, kaning imo ang kung padak-o nimo ni siya, ang imo ang delta s kaning curve man na siya. Curve kani. Ang imong delta r is the vector. Now kung siyempre kung pagamiyon kay nimo ni mahitabo nga ang imong delta s would be equal to delta r, no? Ang iyang length ana. So mao ni siya. Mao ni derivation. This is your speed. So you just have to differentiate the equation of the path, no? With respect to time. Acceleration. Again, the acceleration is just the change of velocity with respect to time. So kung ano ang average velocity, average acceleration, you use this formula. Okay, for the instantaneous acceleration, again, you differentiate this one, dv over dt. Okay. By the way, ang imong acceleration is not, dili na siya tangential sa imong path, ang imong kuan, imong acceleration. Okay, let's proceed with the first coordinate system. The first coordinate system is the rectangular component. So may significance ani niya. Okay, the significance ani niya is that kung mao ni ang imo ang object and then mao ni ang path nimo, imong curved path, ang kining position sa imo ang object can be defined using the rectangular component. So you have this coordinate system. So mao ni ang imo ang position vector r. Okay, this is the position vector r. And then pwede nimo na siya i-resolve into x, y, and z components. So mao ni ang iyang vector kani. And if you want to get the magnitude, you just have to take the square root of the summation of the square aning mga square ano niya ang coefficients, and then makuha mo ang magnitude. And then para ma-define mo ni nga position vector, you need the magnitude. So na kay magnitude, and you need the direction. So sa pagkuha sa direction sa isa ka vector, you get this one, unit vector. Ang unit vector is kani mo ang vector divided by the magnitude. So mo na ang mag-define sa mong direction. So ang unit vector ani niya is kuan pod, paana pod niya siya. Okay, so that is how you define the position. Na kay position, every point diri na ang corresponding position vector diri. Now if you get the derivative of that position, you will get the velocity. This one. Okay. Okay, so this one, dx over dt is just v sub x or x dot. Parehara na sila. And then you get the derivatives imong velocity. By the way, pagkuha sa magnitude, the same ra gyapon. Magnitude and direction, no? You get the square root sa coefficients niya, summation sa coefficients. The unit vector, kaning vector, this one, kaning vector divided by the magnitude. So mo na ang unit vector u sub v. Okay, kung 2D siya, pwede ra katong tangent of x over y or tangent vy over vx. Pwede ra to kung 2-dimensional. Kung 3-dimensional, kani mo gamiton. Acceleration, for the acceleration, you differentiate the equation of the velocity. You will get this one. Okay? And the magnitude and direction. So let's have an example. This is from example 12.9. At any instant, the horizontal position of this balloon is denoted by this equation. X is equal to 8t, wherein the unit is feet, where t is in seconds. If the equation of the path is y is equal to x squared over 10, determine the magnitude and direction of the velocity and acceleration when time is equal to 2 seconds. Okay? So, sa given na to, given ta of equation sa line or sa path, and given ta equation sa x component. Okay? Now, we are asked to find the velocity and acceleration, the magnitude and direction. Okay, recall that your v is vx plus vy right? It is composed of Vx and Vy. Okay? Vxi kung vectorial, no? Okay, so therefore we need to get the value ani Vx. Vx is dx over dt. Since naamang ka equation sa imo ang x in terms of t, so imo running differentiate. Therefore, ang answer ng Vx is 8 feet per second. 8 feet per second. Ang imo ang Vx. Okay? 8 feet per second. So, ang direction ani? Direction ani niya is horizontal. Okay? Base, there is a figure. Bakit? Paana na siya. So, ang x component paana. Siyempre, kung di rin siya padulong, paana po na siya. To the left. Okay, Vy. Vy is dy over dt. But since wala kay equation nga y in terms of t. Wala, no? Wala ka na. So, ang imong buhato na pwede kani y is equal to x squared over 10. Pwede kaning x, yung mo nang substitute dere. May mo ning 80 squared over 10. May mo na din siyang 6.4 t squared. Pwede ana. In terms of time na dayon. Okay, or pwede po din mo ni diretso ra, imo running imo ni siyang imong chain rule ni mo ni na si apply natin ng chain rule. Derivative of ang chain rule ani niya kay function man ni of ang y is function of x, y function of x. So ang dy dt ani is dy over dx times dx over dt. Siya. Okay? Kung ano yung result. Mahimo na rin yung derivative of x with respect derivative of y with respect to x. So differentiate nimo with respect to x, mahimo ning 2 over 10x dx over dt. So, saan sa rami? Okay, ngayon dere, no, ang x at 2 seconds is 16 feet. Diba? 16 feet at 2 seconds. Diba na yung multiply dere? So, 2 over 10 times 16 kani dx over dt is just kani times 8. Play answer na ron 1.6 times 2. There's my calculator. 2 times 16 times 8. 25.6. 25.6. 25.6 feet per second. Direction is upward. Okay? And then, dere, or kung kanina itong gamiton, dy dt is 6.4 times 2 times t. Sa pila ni? 6.4 times 2 times 2 is equal to 6.4 times 4. 25.6. Pareha ra. Ha? So, naidwa ka pamagi. Pwede nila ka pamagi. Okay, so what is the direction? Ang direction na niya. Okay, by the way, diba, ang imong V, kung mo yung path ni mo, ang imong velocity is tangent. Ano yung paana? Hindi ba na tangent? Wait man. Paana ang V ni mo? So, kung saan ang direction ani? Saan yung theta ani kani? So, imura na siyang theta. Theta sub V is just tangent inverse of Vy. 25.6 over 8. Ang answer na is 72.6. So 72.6 din eh. Okay? 72.6. Let's get the acceleration. Okay? Paano yung reason? Ang acceleration ni mo is, again, acceleration is composed of ax plus ay. By the way, wala pa din natin nakuha ang magnitude. Ang magnitude sa imong V is square root of 8 squared plus 25.6 squared. So, ang V ni mo is 26.8. Direction 72.6. Okay? So, mo na yung answer dapat nimo kay vector man dapat na ay direction. Okay? May reason. For the acceleration x is derivative of vx over dt. So, ang vx mo is 8 man. So, acceleration is 0. Wala acceleration sa x, acceleration 0 siya. Meaning, so sa acceleration sa imong y. By the way, mas dali to kaganiha, no? Itong gigamit nato nga equation kaganiha wherein y is equal to 6.4 t squared, kaya ang vy ato is 12.8 t. Pag differentiate niyo po ni mo ani, may mo na ning 12.8. Paano? Okay? Mas dali siya dire, pero pwede gagapon eh kanina equation. So meaning ang acceleration niya is paano? Upward lang. So that's it. Muna yung answer. Now in terms kung kanina mong gamiton, ang equation ni mo aning is, di ba, by is 2 divided 10 is 0.2. 0.2 x v vx is x dot. 0.2 x dot. Differentiate na to ni ay is 0.2 first the second plus second the first 1. Okay. First, the second. Yan, plus na ni. First. Ano? X, ana. But since kani, this is just acceleration x, 0 man na. So 0 lang ni. So may running point 2 times pila ang Vx. Vx is 8. First, the second. Ano magmali? 12.8 ang answer. No. Mali. Kulang. First, the second. Sama ni? Okay. First, the second. Take note no nga in terms of kuan pa ni siya. First, the second plus second. Derivative sa first. X man na. So, 1. Chain roll. Ano? Tama? Tama ba? But kani, x double dot is equal to a sub x. So, 0. 0 ni. May mananing 0.2 times 8 times 8. 64 times 0.2. O, 12.8. Tama. Units acceleration, feet per s squared or meter per second squared. Units of velocity is feet per second or meter per second. No? Nalibog ba ni? Kuha na sa chain roll. No? Chain roll. Una, x. 0.2 x. Derivative man ng isa. Kay dx over dt man na. Derivative na is x double dot. X double dot plus kani second. Derivative sa x. Chain rule na nimo. Chain rule na nimo kay dili man na function of time. No, dili function time. Ako nang chain rule. Ako mamali mo ani, mali na mo. Masayon kami sa no. Anyway, just familiarize this one. Okay, kano sa ka mag chain rule? Mag chain rule ka kung sample kani v. Na lang yung v. Y is equal to 2x. Kung ano mo ang velocity y, vy is i-chain rule na nimo nga naman kay ang vy nimo pasabot ana ang vy derivative of y with respect to t, with respect to time niya in terms of x man na. Kung in terms of ang sa mo nang i-chain rule nimo ni mahimo ni sa ang dy una with respect to x and then respect to time na dayon, no? Pero kung so ang answer ani niya is 2 dx dt. Muna yung vy ani. Kung time na pa lang nilargo, ay ang answer na paano man na siya? Derivative of 2t with respect to t. 2 ra answer. So maka na siya. Hope nasabtan niyo.